baseballs and be fast for the Philadelphia Phillies. Fresh off back-to-back All-Star selections, the shortstop joins a stacked Phillies lineup fresh off a World Series appearance. Zach, if you're an NL East pitcher right now, how terrified are you of this Phillies lineup?
It's pretty daunting. Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, Rhys Hoskins. The NL East needs to watch out as we see some of Trey Turner's stats in recent years, Joey.
Yeah, 100 RBIs last season. A guy that's been up around 300 or even above it in 2021. I think how deep this Nationals lineup was in the first place, when you look at Castellanos, Realmuto, Hoskins, Harper, and then you kind of look at the weak spot. Okay, you get down lower in the order. Dakota Scott was there. Gene Segura was there. Trey Turner's going to come in, and this Phillies lineup might be the best in the league, and reunited with Bryce Harper as well. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, Zach will be joined by Ben Diamond. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the season finale of Stick to Sports.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. It's time for the fast break. Joining me now is Ben Diamond, one of our producers. Ben, what do you have for us tonight?
Early in the San Francisco 49ers 33-17 victory, as Zach and Joey went over earlier in the show, starting quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo broke his foot, taking him out for at least the rest of the regular season. The 8-4 49ers sit atop the NFC West, but will have to rely on the 2022 NFL Draft's Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, as they look to make a deep playoff run. Purdy threw for 210 yards and 2 touchdowns in the win. Zach, what are your expectations going forward for the 49ers with Purdy at quarterback?
So this is interesting because Brock Purdy is a pretty solid player. I usually, when a team loses their star quarterback, you go in and probably think, okay, it's going to be the worst for them. Now, Brock Purdy, I'm looking at it, he didn't play that bad against the Dolphins team that's in the playoff picture. He had a pretty solid game. Usually these guys turn into pumpkins when they are sitting up there and in that tough spot coming in, a 7th-round pick. This guy looked really good. I think the 49ers will be fine.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll be fine, especially since defense wins championships, and the 49ers defense is one of the best in the league. They also have a lot of good weapons around Purdy, with Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and newly acquired, I shouldn't say newly anymore, but Christian McCaffrey to power that offense forward. So I agree. I don't think there's much to be worried about, especially since Jimmy G hasn't really been as much of a factor in wins so far this season. Moving over to the Dallas Cowboys. They did not play their best brand of football through the first 3 quarters of their Sunday Night Football matchup against the Indianapolis Colts. Heading into the fourth quarter up 21-19, the team was able to kick it into gear, scoring 33 points while holding the Colts off the scoreboard to complete the 54-19 rout. Dak Prescott did not play his best, but the highly rated Cowboys defense continued to keep up the pressure on Colts quarterback Matt Ryan, forcing 5 turnovers. With 5 games left and a current 9-3 record, how do you think the Cowboys will end the season?
So the Cowboys have their home game against Philly, and there are probably a couple more tough games in there, but they look really good. I mean, the Colts are not that good. Since Jeff Saturday came in, you can't really expect too much out of the Colts. They're just not that great of a team. They have a couple guys around, but injuries have really hurt them. But the Cowboys beat the brakes off them. They really just were unstoppable in the fourth quarter, 33-0. The Cowboys will end the season pretty strong, I think.
Yeah, I like to believe the same thing. As a Cowboys fan, I like to believe the same thing. But then again, you look at their roster and the very little depth they have in the secondary, especially with Anthony Brown going down. He hasn't been fantastic, but the depth that they have is so thin that it's something to worry about going forward. And they're very inconsistent as well. So to keep up with that going forward is something to keep an eye on as they go through the home stretch. But moving over to the MLB offseason, the Yankees make their first move of the MLB offseason, and it is not one fans were hoping for, as the Yankees re-sign Brian Cashman to stay as the team's general manager until 2026. This comes in the wake of yet another disappointing postseason run where the Yankees were swept by the Astros in the ALCS. Now fans hope the team will turn their complete undivided attention to re-signing Aaron Judge and bringing in pieces that will bring a World Series to the Bronx for the first time since 2009. Zach, was this a good move for the Yankees?
So it's a matter of opinion if this was a good move. The recent history of the Yankees, 33-27, second in the AL East, and they lost in the ALDS in 2020. 2021, a loss in the wild card. In 2022, a loss in the ALCS. Ben, I'm going to give the floor to you on this one.
I mean, I keep seeing this on ESPN or whatever TV show I'm watching, and it says on the bottom, oh yeah, they re-signed Brian Cashman, and they've had an over 500 record in his 25 years being GM, but they haven't won a World Series in half of those years. So who cares if they've been over 500? They haven't won, and they continue to build this same team that has not had success, and it seems to be the same trend yet again.
We'll take a quick break here on Stick to Sports. Thanks once again to Ben for the fast break. When we come back, Joey, Ben, and I will head into extra innings. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Stick to Sports on WTOP 10.
I think you could build a house here with how many bricks are being laid in this game.
That is a rapid nosedive, and it is at the point of no return, guys.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Welcome back to the season finale of Stick to Sports. It is time for Extra Innings. This was supposed to be a punishment episode of Extra Innings. However,
Zach Malmwood came in last place.
Yeah, Zach Malmwood did come in last place, so we will get that punishment eventually. But right now, we have some more games that we're going to go through, and they will carry over to next season. These will carry over. We'll come back, and we'll have to look them up, search them up. But first, we're going to start with college basketball. College basketball, number 8 Alabama versus number 1 Houston. Joey.
This is neutral site. Neutral site.
Give me Alabama. Just because I haven't started watching too much college basketball yet this season, but I know that a lot of number 1 teams have been falling. Houston's not the number 1 team in the country. Full tie.
All right, Houston's going to win this one. They are the number 1 team in the country. Haven't lost. I get it. They haven't played a tough schedule, but their defense is one of the best in the nation. They're going to lock down Alabama.
Joey's been very good this year, so I'm going to go with Joey. I'm going with Alabama.
In case you can't tell who's been watching the college basketball so far this year, Zach with all the analysis. Yeah. I was at like a 71% clip, which is insane.
All right, number 10 Arizona versus number 14 Indiana. Zach, who you got in this one?
Neutral site. I'm going with Indiana. Indiana has more experience. Trace Jackson Davis. Remember the name.
That was my exact point on this. I like Trace Jackson Davis. Had a great March last year. Was phenomenal last season for the Hoosiers. Give me the Hoosiers in this one as well.
Yeah, I like Indiana more than Arizona, so I will agree with Indiana. So we'll move on to.
We all agree now.
You mean you like them like the state better, or like the team?
No, I like the team.
Okay.
Okay,
I
like the school better.
That was an honest question.
Number 13 Maryland versus number 7 Tennessee. I'm assuming
Joey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me the Vols. I mean, of course. Like, what else? Who else would I say?
Okay.
Go Vols.
All right. Tennessee lost to Colorado earlier in the season. They're not that good. Maryland's undefeated. Go Maryland.
I'm also good. I'm also going to go with Maryland in this one. I do like Maryland's basketball program more than Tennessee's.
Has there ever been a different time where I said the Vols are winning and these two didn't? Yeah, remember that Alabama game?
Okay, continue. We're going to move to the NFL. Jets at Bills. Bills minus 9.5. Joey?
Second and third best teams in New York go to battle. The Buffalo Bills hold down the home field and get the victory.
That's just untrue.
The second and third best team, even though
Joey.
This other team just tied last week.
Yeah, they didn't lose.
It's the Bills are going to win. The Jets are covering. 9.5 is too much, boys.
Yeah, with their defense?
Oh, yeah.
With their defense.
Sauce Gardner. He's going to town. Watch out, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it.
He locked down Justin Jefferson last week.
Diggs is better.
No.
Who's your pick?
No. I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills. I mean, I think you have to pick the Bills.
You have to pick the Bills.
But I agree with Zach. The Jets are going to cover the 9.5 spread.
Mike White magic is done.
No.
It's the same thing as Fitzpatrick. Did you get him one good game?
Okay. He was good.
Go,
Either way,
no,
Eagles
next.
minus 7.5 at the Giants. Zach, we're going to start with you.
Eagles and the points. How about that?
How about them apples?
The Eagles are going to win this game, without a doubt.
And the points.
I don't hate the minus 7 because the Titans are, at the start of the season, weren't better than the Giants when the Giants beat them, but right now they're better than the Giants. The Giants are playing with house money again, with how many wins they already have. The Eagles are going to win this game. The Giants are going to have 7 wins. I'll be fine.
I mean, I want the Giants to win because we need the Eagles to lose, but the Eagles are going to
win.
The Cowboys.
Depends on the Cowboys.
Yeah. The Eagles are winning this one handily. Aaron Judge landing spot.
We all hope it's New York.
No. We need realistic answers here. Yeah, let's be real.
Okay, well, shout out to John Heyman today.
Arson Judge.
I think he's. I hate to say it, guys. He's going to the Giants. He's going to the Giants. He's going home.
I'm going to go a little outside the box here.
Oh, God.
You know where Aaron Judge is going? You know who just got free cap space? The Los Angeles Dodgers. Trey Turner's gone.
Wow.
Judge to the Dodgers. I wanted to come back to the Yankees. Aaron Judge, please come home. Please come home. Please stay in the Bronx. He's going to go to L.A.
All right. Then I guess I get to pick the Yankees, which is great. Let's go. I get to pick you. He's going back to the Yankees. Great.
We're on your side.
Awesome.
Please, Aaron.
Awesome.
Please, Aaron, come home.
Goodbye.
Everybody, Zach Malmwood, Ben Diamond, they've been phenomenal co-hosts all year. Everybody in the back, whether it's your first night or the people that have been here all semester that can't make it tonight. Zach Newsey's running around out here filling in tonight. Our crew, last year, this season, whether you've been here one night or all nights, we appreciate it. These two guys have been great. Shout out to the Malmwood family for watching.
Thank you, Brian Burrows. Thank you, Mike Griswold.
Welcome to Amateurs, the show where we embarrass ourselves to make the pros look even more professional and us like idiots. I'm Evan.
And I'm Emily, and today we're joined by the Oswego State Blasters Club.
You don't think they know where we are, right?
I don't think they'll find us.
Welcome back to Amateurs. Today we're joined by the Oswego Blasters. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Hey, I'm Brian Dammer. I am the liaison for the club, and I am a communications major.
Hey everyone, I'm Drew. I am the club secretary for Oswego Blasters, and I am a history major.
Hey, I'm Ricky. I am the current president of OB, and I am a geology major.
Hey, I'm Matt. I am a computer science major, and I am currently the vice president of Oswego Blasters.
That's awesome, guys.
That is very exciting. All right, so what we're going to do today, we're going to be put through the ringer with the Oswego Blasters, and they're going to show us the ropes. So
To see if we have what it really takes, or if we're just
amateurs.
Let's pick out some blasters.
All right, show us what you got. There's a lot here.
Yeah. Okay. So out of everything that I got here, first I will talk about this guy.
You want me to model it?
Sure. Yeah, that one. I call him DACA. That one basically launches like a hose of darts. I love that one a lot.
Here you go.
Thank you. After you, I guess, would be the Saturn.
Saturn.
No, could put some on though.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Could put some rings back there.
Yeah.
Get a big. Yeah.
Cool.
And I guess the most starter-friendly thing I got would be this guy right here.
What is this one called?
This is the Spectrum.
Spectrum. Spectrum. Take a good look at that, because you're a starter. I'm too.
You're an amateur.
You're an amateur.
It's like the name of the show.
Oh, amateurs.
Amateurs.
Oh my God. So that's what you got. Cool.
Yeah. I also got my little battle belt right there.
Nice.
Nice.
Store some ammo in there.
Yeah, ammo, the dart magazines,
Cool.
all of that. I think the oldest thing that I got here would be this. This thing actually has a little O&A on it, because that used to be what our club name was.
O&A?
Yeah, the Oswego Nerf Alliance.
Oh.
That used to be us.
Interesting.
Little
Cool stuff.
fact of history.
Little fact of history for you guys. All right. I guess we'll move on to the next section down here.
Awesome.
Yep.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle,
All right, so
shuffle.
Ricky, tell us a little bit about your
This is my
blast.
first blaster. It is modded.
Yeah,
It's
is that a
called-
battery pack on the side?
Yeah, RC car battery.
Dang.
I call it the problem child.
Problem child.
It only works half the time. The trigger's messed up. It's soldered very badly. So if I pull this out, it's just open electrical wire. So it's not very starter friendly. This is the most amateur friendly thing I own.
Okay.
It is a hammer shot. If you guys want to hold it. It is.
Shot sounds like an amateur.
Yes. It's just a standard you buy right out of the box. You can use it. And I guess my other one would probably be my flintlock. It's complete.
Oh, that's cool. I gotta look at that.
I ordered this from Texas.
That's crazy.
It came in the mail. It's Pretty solid.
I feel like I play a lot of Sea of Thieves. I feel like Sea
Yeah.
of Thieves right here.
That was the idea.
That was the idea. It's awesome.
Go with the most pirate thing I could possibly get my hands
That's
on.
cool.
Arr.
Army mateys.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Cool. All right, let's head to the back section now.
That was good.
Oh, why you didn't even go for the second round?
All right, what do we got in our back row?
So in our back row, we got some of my lot, which is a bit easier to use blasters, some more starter-friendly stuff. We have here the Havoc. This is it's an older blaster, but it's still a lot of fun. It's got a side prime, and it's very easy to use. And they're all R-loaded in my section. I did.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, that one's a lot of fun. That one's got some power behind it. This guy right here is my personal favorite, just out of this lot, because it is the one I customized myself, cut the stock off of, took the hand grip, changed it up. The whole paint job is all me, so all of that, and it's really nice. I just love this one.
I like
It is. Some of the, this one, it's called the Pilot. It's very easy to use. So you just pull down here, the top breaks open, you load a dart right into the middle, and you just close it up, and you just fire right there.
That was loud.
It is. This one's also modified, has a bigger spring in it, so it's got a little bit more kick to it, but this is the only big blaster I brought today. This is the Nerf Atlas. Holds a bunch of rounds and has slam fire and can do a bunch of stuff. It's really fun to mess around with. So
Nice.
have fun with these stuff.
Cool, thank you.
Let's head over to the next section over here.
Sorry, I know I shouldn't touch that part of the mic. All right.
What do we got over here?
Yeah. So right here, this is some of my gear that I use. Probably my favorite would be the Nexus Pro right here. It's kind of customized to kind of fit my needs, but yeah, it's a nice, kind of more towards the competitive side of the hobby, but I think it's really fun to use. Thanks. That's okay. There's an extra one on top. And yeah, and then probably one of the more easier ones to use would be this X-Shot right here. It's got six spots on top for front loading. Makes it really easy to reload on the fly, and it also has some pretty good range to it. So yeah.
Now, I see we have some swords down here.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah, absolutely. Only for certain game modes, though. But I think the melee weapons, I guess, I think they're a pretty popular piece in the club. Yeah, they really are. Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's just head to some shooting practice or something.
Yeah. This should be big enough. That's pretty good sized. I like the way this little guy looks. Pew, 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 pew. I think that's cute. I liked hitting Evan with this.
So I need to pick one big blaster. So I'm gonna go with, I'd say this is a pretty big blaster, right here. And then I need a lesser big blaster as well. So I'll go with this one. Actually, okay, this is my big blaster. This is my not big blaster. And a melee. I like the mace. Actually, no, I like the sword. No, I like the sword. And that's my my pick.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
Matt, it's 10:30. What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Yeah, so a lot of our club events use 100 FPS, which means 100 feet per second. A lot of the rival stuff you see here, like mine and like yours, have these shoot the balls. So these usually shoot at around 90 to 95 FPS. That one takes full darts, and this little guy here takes full end half, which is modified. It is modified to take full end half. That one is as well, actually.
Oh,
I personally did that one. I cut some stuff out, added a bigger spring, made it a bit harder to prime, but shoots great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess let's hit some bottle.
Let's see if you can.
So I guess I just shoot the bottle?
Yeah. Take your target practice.
All right. Are you ready for this? Little low, little low. Little to the right, little to the right. All right, this one's the one. Give it the lucky tap. All right. It was not the lucky one. It was not the lucky one.
Hold on. Load it back.
Okay, okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of close. I count that. It was basically the bottle. Yeah.
I saw that hit it.
All right, your turn.
Okay.
Sure. We'll let it rock for now.
Oh wait, hold on.
Smack it. Nah, there's a dart in there. There's a dart. Open that little side door.
You broke the gun?
Hold up.
This is that motor. It's a loud motor.
I swear I just hit that.
I wasn't watching.
Yeah!
I might hit it. I might not.
You went everything in his general direction.
Come on, you look like a stormtrooper out there.
He is a stormtrooper. He is a trooper. Come on, man. You're making us look bad. Hey!
I think I got it faster than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the amateur now?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. Just wait till later.
You're scaring me. But
What?
okay, that was.
What?
That silenced us fast.
I'm getting a little scared. What do we do?
Okay, I was getting nervous, but now I'm back to I'm fine.
Okay, yeah. Uh-oh.
All right, I think we could beat you guys.
Oh, yeah?
What do you say we have a little shootout?
Sure. I think you're on. You're on.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
How do we do this?
Okay, so usually it depends on the battle that you're having. But if you wanted to do like a team deathmatch or something, then you just have 2 teams, and it's 1 tag, and that's you're out.
All right.
But each team can have like 3 lives, so you can get tagged once, go back, respawn, come back in, and got 2 more lives.
We'll do that one.
Yeah,
All right.
let's do that.
So you guys think you can beat us?
You guys think you can take
You're gonna
us
take
on?
down the amateurs?
Yes.
This is gonna be easy.
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
Start your engines.
All right. I think I got hit already. Oh yeah, I definitely got hit. I'm respawned. Oh, I got hit again. All right, wait.
Yes!
I died 3 times. I think we won that one, guys. They're not very good.
6 hits to none?
Yes, I say that's a good win.
That's a pretty good ratio.
Well, close enough.
6 over 0 is still like what, 6, right?
Yeah.
Dividing by 0, yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the Oswego Blasters for letting us out
Yeah.
here today. Do you have anything to say? I don't know.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the Oswego Blasters for filming with us today.
Exactly what I said. Thank you.
Thank you.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
Maybe it's 10:30.
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close-up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Jill
Should
told
we
me it
tell
was
him?
Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
It's Al Roker.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that black. Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We scored?
Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm
gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't
Hello world, and welcome to season 2 of Smile, You're on Camera. As you may know, my name is Mia Dirks, and I'm so happy to see you here join us for our second season. We have so many new stories to share here on the show, and I'm so excited to go on this journey with you all at home over the course of the next few weeks. Being able to show you the lives of some of my friends and fellow students has been such a pleasure, and I really can't wait to introduce you to some more great people in the episodes to come. Now, since I saw you last, I had a nice summer break working in New York City and relaxing after a really busy semester last spring. And we can talk about that a little bit more later. I have a few snapshots and quick stories to tell, but we have a show to start now. So for those of you at home who are familiar with the show, welcome back. But for people who are new here, first off, welcome. And I'll tell you a little more about how this show works now. Each week, I bring on a new guest to tell us a little more about their life and involvements. To do this, you'll get to watch a behind-the-scenes look at what a day in their life looks like. Then we'll dive a little deeper into some of the stuff we saw in that video so we can get a better understanding of what's going on. Finally, in our snapshot segment, we discuss some photos and moments sent in from you all at home to see what's going on in your lives. I know that's a pretty simplified version of it, but if you stick around and hang out with us for the next half hour, you will see what I mean. So tonight's guest is someone that I met recently this semester who does some really interesting work, and I wanted to bring her on to talk with some more about it with us. So our first guest of season 2 is Gabby Lagatella. So welcome to the show, Gabby. I'm so happy to see you here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you. And for the viewers at home, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little more about who you are?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Gabrielle Lagatella. I'm a junior here at SUNY Oswego. I'm a broadcast and mass comm major, and I'm really excited to be here and tell you a little more about my life.
Awesome. I had a really fun time making this video, and I think all of you guys at home are going to enjoy it too. So without further ado, let's start with our first video of the season. Roll it.
Hi, this is my baby Riker, who is all over the place this morning. Yeah, he is the younger one. He just turned 2 years old, and he's honestly such a good baby. I love working with him, but he's very excited to go out, so. Prep for later. When I get home, I go ahead, I fill up their water buckets now, go ahead, get that out of the way. It's not too hot, so the water isn't going to get hot. I think it's only getting to 68 today. And then I'll go ahead and put hay in their stalls. I'll sweep. Normally I go ahead and put down more bedding right now, but tonight I have to run to the feed store after classes, so you guys will get to tag on for that. I'll pick up more shavings and more feed since you saw my horses were low. So I go ahead and get it before I run out. Alrighty, so now it's time to go ahead and get their hay ready for this evening. Open a new bale. I always make sure to take the baling twine off so that doesn't accidentally get thrown in with the hay into a horse's stall. Don't need a horse getting twine wrapped around them. And you can see how that hay is good quality. You don't want it moldy. You want it nice and dry, fresh. You can see some orchard grasses in there, some timothy, and some clover. So this is good stuff, and they eat it right up. So before I leave the barn in the mornings to go up to the house and get ready for classes or my day, I always check a few things. I make sure the horses have hay and water outside, check, and I always want to make sure that their fence is plugged in. They have an electric fence to keep them in. So I want to make sure that's plugged in so they don't get any ideas throughout the day. Granted, they never really do, but it would be my luck the day I forget it. They go ahead and test it out. So now that this is taken care of for the day, I'm gonna head up to the house, get ready for classes, and then go to school. So as a commuter student, I do drive about 20 minutes to classes every day. I'm normally on campus all day. To fit the horse girl stereotype, I do drive a large truck. She's great, but she goes through a lot of gas, so. Guys are ready to come in, so I unplug the fence. Red is here thinking he's helping. Oops. Tater here is very much ready to come in, but Riker's always first, so. Tater is a pony I've had since she was 2 years old. She's traveled all around the country with me. Her and Ren clearly get along. And her and I've kind of been inseparable since day one. She's been the coolest to train, and I really like spending my time with her. So we're gonna go ahead and go ride her today. So now that we're all done, I'll let Tater cool down by getting some grass to eat in the yard. It's not like we don't have enough for her to trim. You just saw me ride her Western. There's disciplines of riding that I could go into, talk about forever. She was broke Western, did a bunch of cutting, and she also knows the 100 jumpers, which is super cool, but I really just like hopping on after a long day, riding her around for just a little bit, and chilling, relaxing, and spending time with her because she's so sweet and special.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I did. I know I had no idea what the qualities of hay were and what kind of ingredients went into a good bale of hay, but what do you think about the recording process?
It was great. Actually, watching back the video just now made me super happy. It makes me appreciative of my day and how I get to spend it with these animals, and yeah, recording it added a little bit to my daily routine, but it was fun. I think the horses thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I really enjoyed seeing a close-up look of kind of your routines and chores and whatever. And we're gonna talk about a little bit more in depth about some of the things we saw in that video, so make sure to stick around after these short messages.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen. They become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, Don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one. Matthew,
Look at that.
can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hi again, and welcome back everyone. So let's dive into some of the stuff we saw before the break. I personally thought the video was super cool, like I said, because I had no idea how much work really went into the kind of stuff that you do. So I guess for everyone at home, can you just start from the beginning and just tell us how you got into this line of work?
Yeah, so the horse thing was always a passion of my mom's, and then I of course started growing up with that and eventually wanted my own pony. So my mother was awesome, but she did not go get me my own pony. No, she went and got me a huge Appaloosa who wasn't trained or broke at all. So we trained him together, and I think that was the start of the whole thing. He was a turd ball. I love him though immensely, and he'll always have a special place in my heart for that. And then as I got older, my mom was running a lesson program. I was riding those horses, keeping them tuned up for her. And as a joke, I got a job at the Renaissance Festival here in New York. And the joust crew actually picked me up, and I started riding in the shows. So I was training like the horses you see the knights riding. I would ride in the shows, do the whole lance and quintain routine, which you have a lance and you put it through a tiny little metal circle, and yeah, it was quite a thing. And after that, I knew I was hooked. I wanted to start training other people's horses professionally, and there I went.
That's awesome. I had no idea that it was kind of grown out of a family relationship like that.
Yeah.
Can you give us some of like the responsibilities that come with being a professional trainer and having to take care of other people's horses like that? I'm sure you must be like careful, I guess, but it seems like a lot of work to make sure you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, so it is quite a bit of work. I'll never forget my first client horse. I was so excited. They officially signed that piece of paper that says, hey, you're responsible for her now. It's hard juggling it all, but it comes easy when you think of them all as your own horse. So anything I would do with my own, I do with theirs. They get top care, and I make time for them. They're part of your family. I never saw any distinction between client horses and my own. They all got equally loved and annoyed by me every day.
Wow, that's amazing. And I'm just curious too, like, do you have an estimate of how many horses you think you've taken care of over the years? Like, is it a small number, or is it a huge number in the hundreds, or?
It has to be in the hundreds, because when I was down south working for a trainer and helping him, we would have at least 30 horses in at a time. Thinking of my own barn, at least 30 horses at a time. And I've been doing this since, oh geez, it's over 10 years now, probably 15, 20. Wow, yeah, close to 20 years now. I can't even put a number on it, but many. Of course, there's a few special ones that I'll never forget. But yeah, each of them made an impact on me for sure.
Wow, and you mentioned you did work in the South too, so where in the South were you placed?
Yeah, so I grew up in northern New York, and I made my way down to southern Tennessee. That is quite a difference, but it was fun. You get to learn a different way of life, a different way of living, and a different type of horse training for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a whole different culture than up here, and I'm not sure if you've been anywhere else in terms of competitions, or did you have a favorite spot that you really loved working in, or even just going to see and seeing the life there and culture?
Yeah. So I think probably everyone's favorite is Fort Worth and the Will Rogers Stadium. That's the coolest. You have so many world shows there. NCHA, so the National Cutting Horse Association, holds a bunch of their shows there. Appaloosa Worlds used to be there. It's quite a historic stadium, and many of the best horsemen in the United States have rode there. So that was definitely one of my favorites. But I think my favorite place I traveled to was in Louisiana. We got to stop at the Duck Commander Station on a break, and I'll never forget that. That was so cool, getting to meet like the cast and crew of Duck Dynasty and seeing their workplace. It's totally off subject, but that was my favorite.
What, does it look the same as it looks on TV or no?
Identical. There is no difference.
Wow.
And they must just set up a camera and film because nothing changes.
Wow, that's a cool thing to put on your resume. You met Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Also, like in terms of the future too, do you see yourself doing this as a job or continuing? I know as you're in the broadcasting program now, it's obviously a huge difference between the two worlds, but do you see yourself having that playing a role in your life in the future, or is it kind of more of a personal hobby type thing?
That's a great question that I will continue to think on. I definitely see it staying in my life for quite a while. Definitely as a hobby. I would love to maybe work it into my future career with broadcast, maybe do some horse journalism on the side, do some broadcasts for AQHA, world shows. I don't think I'll ever be without horses. We'll leave it at that.
That's so cool that it's like a lifelong pathway. Now let's segue into the school. Like you mentioned, you're in the broadcasting program, as am I. So what's your career path there? Do you have any goals or aspirations you'd like to achieve?
Yeah, so I definitely want to do reporting, anchoring in the future. I love TV journalism, and I would like to do more of that foreign correspondent work. I love traveling, and obviously with the horses, got a taste of that. And it's fun traveling for your career. You get to meet so many people, see so many places, and it would be great to go ahead and do that reporting in foreign countries and meet other people over there.
Do you have a specific country or place that you'd like to work in?
Yeah, for sure Italy.
Wow.
My family's super Italian, so it would be great to go over there and do some work.
Yeah, I know my family at home who's watching this will love that too. My grandma's from Italy too, so it'll be good. Do you have a specific region or place that you dream of visiting or working in?
I don't know if there's a specific region or place in Italy. I'd like to go over there and explore them all, but northern Italy seems like quite a vibe.
I know, I've personally been there. My grandma's from Trento,
okay,
all the way up north, basically in Austria.
Yeah.
I've been there. The mountains are beautiful. It's like you get to go snow-capped mountains. She lives in a little valley, town in a valley. It's just so picturesque and amazing. So I hope you end up there one day.
Yeah.
And one final thing I'd like to wrap up with. I know you're a runner. I had to put this in there because we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And I was a track and field athlete in high school. So what are some of your hobbies, or like, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I started running kind of as a joke. I was riding less horses because I got out of training professionally, going back to being a full-time student, and I needed something to do with all this time and energy. So I went ahead and I started running every day, and then I fell in love with that, and I can't imagine my life without the sport now. I do a bunch of fun local races, travel across the state. I did a half marathon this summer, which 3 years ago, if you would have asked if I was going to be doing that, I would have laughed, because what? That's insane. And like I said, now it's great. My dog comes with me, keeps him busy as well.
That's so cool. Yeah, just one final thing to wrap in there. I think Gabby's a really cool person, so I had to put that in there as a fellow runner. But after the break, we will be looking at some snapshots from your lives. You think you're interested? Want to find out more? You should stick around to find out.
La 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 la. Breathe. La 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 la. la 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 la, freeze.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and can briefly
All right, everyone, so welcome to Snapshots for tonight. Let's take a look at some of our first snapshots of the season. These are some photos I've collected from our crew, audience members at home, and some of my own photos from the summer. So let's see what everyone's been up to. If we could put the first picture up now, please. So this is the cute little story. Over the summer or last spring, my parents started sending me photos of a bunny that lived in our backyard. And I thought I would never make it home in time after the semester to see the little bunny, but he would live outside my window and I would just look out and he would be a little friend. If it was a boy, his name was Blue. If it was a girl, his name was Blue, or her name was Bluebell. I think it's so cute. Don't you? I don't know about you, but I love bunnies. They're so adorable.
It's kind of precious. I
Yeah.
always kind of wanted to capture one in my backyard, but you know, that never really worked out, so.
Oh, yeah. We just let it sit out there, but he would sit out there all summer and I'd just be like, hi. But a funny story now is my housemates and I up here have recently found that a little bunny lives in our bush outside. So it's like, they're just following me around everywhere.
So you have multiple pet rabbits?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Not officially, but yeah.
They're your rabbits.
Do you have any like dream pet that you would have?
No, no, I feel like I've had my dream pets. Having the horses around has been awesome. I have the best border collie in the world. I don't know, I think I wanted a rabbit. I mean,
Yeah.
I had one when I was really little, but I was like too young to do anything with them. So maybe now I'd get a rabbit, yeah.
Yeah, it's like my dream to have like a little baby one and just watch it grow up. Let's move to the next one if we can, please. So this was sent in by our graphics operator, Emily. She's a member of the crew team here at Oswego, which is like the rowing team for those of you at home that may not know. She was at a practice last night at the marina until night, and this was the picture. And first of all, I love it just because it's such a pretty picture, like
Yeah.
composition-wise and everything, and the colors. And honestly, too, it reminded me of Halloween, which is like Halloween is coming up because it's
You're right.
October 1st today, guys. Reminder. So what do you think? We're officially in fall now.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm excited for Halloween. I'm excited for fall. I don't like that midterms are
Let's
now.
not talk about
Yeah,
that.
but you brought up October, so.
Let's not talk about that one. Let's not for tonight. But yeah, I'm getting used to fall now, and especially too with baking too. Like one of my friends at home, we've been exchanging recipes, like we need to try this, so
Yes.
that's like my favorite part of fall, I think. But
Yes.
we see the leaves changing on campus, and now we got this spooky moonlight views too. So thank you, Emily, for sending in that photo. That was really, really cool submission. And if we could move to the next one, please. So this is from another one that I submitted because this was from my summer. I worked in New York City over the summer, and this is in Madison Square Park in the Flatiron District. And I would just take lunch breaks outside, and there'd be this jazz band playing. I saw them play a couple different times, but this is just the epitome of like peacefulness, and I loved it. I don't know, it was just very summery to me.
Yeah.
We talked about fall, now we're talking about summer, but
I know, throw it back for a quick second, right?
Did you know there was a park, there could be a park in the middle of New York City?
No, I know. I know I'm probably going to have to make my way down to New York City for the broadcast stuff. I'm a little nervous for my city girl moment, but that looked quite nice.
Yeah.
I could get into that.
It was just so peaceful. I'd just sit there in the sun and on the little bench and listen to the music play, and you have like all the car honks behind you, but it was just such a peaceful area, and I recommend for those of you at home that are going to go to New York City to go take a look there. Yeah.
You might just sell me on it yet.
Yeah. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And can we look at the next photo, please? So this is from one of our members here at the studio as well, Sam Keeney. She has two frogs named Pistachio and Walnut, right? Those are their names?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. So quick shout out to Pistachio and Walnut. They are so cute.
So cute.
What do you think? What do you think?
I'm absolutely obsessed. I think I was telling you earlier that I was just out today on my nature walk run with my dog, and I stopped and took so many pictures of frogs because it's probably going to be the last warm weekend we have, and I took full advantage of that. So I'm perfectly fine with looking at more pictures of frogs.
Yeah, they were so cute. Like, and I love the color of them. It's like and Sam, you did a great job of picking names because the pistachio is obviously a pistachio color.
So
looks just like ice cream.
Oh my gosh, don't make me hungry.
Yeah. Where did you go to see the frogs? You said you went to see.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
where can people at home find that?
Oh, well, the Sterling Nature Center. It's right over by Fairhaven. It's like my favorite spot to just go chill. There's a bunch of good trails to run on. Also, it's just quiet and peaceful. It gives me a break from everything. It's right on the lake too, so
yeah.
You get to enjoy the water.
I've been there before. It's really peaceful.
Yeah.
Do you have any other hiking recommendations or nature recommendations around here? I'm trying to figure stuff out.
And if you want to go a little further away, the Keuka Outlet Trail, there's a bunch of old mills on it. That's where I ran the half marathon on, and it was gorgeous. Half the time I was running with a friend. We'd be like, oh my gosh, let's stop and look at the frogs. Let's look at this pond. And then we're like, oh my gosh, we're in the middle of a race. So yeah, it's definitely worth going. I'd go again, for sure.
Totally, I'd love to check that out too.
Yeah.
I don't know about running through it, but. Yeah.
I don't know again either, for being honest. That was a bit much.
Well, thank you to everyone at home for sending snapshots in. I would love to see what's going on in your lives at home, especially after this long summer break. I know people have had busy summers, so there's got to be one good picture that came out of it. So do you have a snapshot in mind? Send it into our Instagram at smile_WTOP10 to have your snapshot featured next episode. It's a really cool opportunity. I'm looking forward to seeing what you all have to share. So thank you, Gabby, so much for coming on tonight. It was so much fun learning more about you and some of your work. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, it was great being here. I'm happy to share it with everyone, especially shine a little light on the horse industry and keep that going and hopefully get some more people involved in it.
Yeah, I know. It was super unique perspective. So thank you again. And thank you all at home for joining us to celebrate the start of our second season. That's all the time we have for today, but make sure to tune in again in 2 weeks to meet another amazing person and learn another amazing story. Thanks again, everyone. Have a good night, and remember to smile because you're on camera.
Welcome to Episode 1 of Stick to Sports. I'm Zach Malamud.
And I'm Joey Pulaski. Today, Kyrie drops 38 on the Bucks, the Mavs storm back in San Francisco, and the top 6 teams in college basketball go down.
Roll it. The number 1 Gonzaga Bulldogs were handed their first conference loss of the season with a 67-57 loss to the St. Mary's Gales on Saturday. The Bulldogs were held to just 57 points on the road after being down 15 points at halftime. Tommy Kuzi had 14 points and 6 rebounds for the Gales, who are now 16-0 at home this season. Joey, what went wrong for the Zags in this one?
Zach, first and foremost for Gonzaga, it's their depth. St. Mary's won bench points 14-0. Gonzaga guys were just gassed. You saw it later in the second half. St. Mary's also it is usually a weaker conference, but they're a nationally ranked team right now. It's not that bad of a loss. I'm looking at the rebounds as well. 37-33 favored St. Mary's. St. Mary's took one more shot, but they made 5 more as well, so that field goal percentage favored the Gales as well. And it was 36-21 at half. Gonzaga's been behind at halftime 3 times now this year. Alabama, Duke, now St. Mary's, lost all 3 of them.
Yeah, the best players didn't show up for Gonzaga in this one. Timmy shot 2 for 10 and had 6 points. Holmgren shot 3 for 7 and also had 6 points. They had 14 turnovers. They were out-rebounded, and they didn't lead the entire game against St. Mary's. You're not going to win that way. They're very lucky to be the number 1 team still in basketball, especially after these rankings. They're very lucky to still be number 1. Credit to St. Mary's, though. They were unbelievable at home in this one.
Syracuse hosted rival and the 7th-ranked team in the country in the Duke Blue Devils at the Carrier Dome Saturday night. Duke was the only of the 8 top 10 teams to pick up a win on the day that featured an insane amount of upsets. Duke had their way on offense and on the glass as the Blue Devils won 38-25 in rebounds while shooting 54% from the field and 47% from behind the arc. Syracuse could have gotten a resume-boosting win, but instead took a really bad loss. Zach, is there any chance Syracuse makes it to the NCAA tournament now?
It's going to be really, really difficult to put Syracuse in the tournament. They have no big wins really this season. 0-4 against teams in the top 25 rankings. A 3-7 record on the road isn't going to help. Duke was absolutely perfect in this game. I never thought going into this season I would see Duke put up 97 points in a game on the road, especially near the end of the season against Syracuse on Syracuse's home floor. But the shots were falling from absolutely anywhere. To put up 97 points against Syracuse's 2-3 zone as well, unbelievable performance by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the second time since 2008 that Syracuse has missed this tournament. They're definitely going to need an auto bid in the ACC. Right now, Duke's the only ACC team ranked in the top 25, so going to be tough for them. But the zone doesn't work anymore. I think Coach Boeheim needs to figure that out. Maybe he's got to be on his way out. We're in Central New York. I might be killed for that one. But anyways, Coach Kane is last year. It's tough times for the Orange and Coach Boeheim right now.
The Dallas Mavericks stormed all the way back after being down 21 points in their 107-101 win against the Golden State Warriors last night. The Warriors were 204-1 under Steve Kerr when holding a 20-plus point lead. Luka Doncic had 34 points and 11 rebounds, with Spencer Dinwiddie grabbing 24 points off the bench. Joey, is this something to worry about if you are the Warriors?
No, I don't think it should be. These 2 teams play each other again this upcoming Thursday. You're going to have that short-term memory, quick turnaround going back to Dallas for this game between these 2 teams. And in my mind, I turned the game off at halftime. I thought the Warriors were in the clear. I thought it was all said and done. It was 33-13 in favor of the Mavericks in the fourth quarter. Warriors are now 1-4 in their past 5. And it was a 26-1 run from that 9:44 to 1:30 mark in the fourth quarter. The Mavericks just absolutely took over the basketball game. Luka Doncic doing his thing as always. And it's going to be a quick turnaround, so I'm not too worried about this Warriors squad.
Yeah, what a comeback by the Mavs in Golden State. I thought this game was over at the end of the third quarter. I turned it off, stopped watching. a dreadful fourth quarter for Steve Kerr's guys. 13 points in 12 minutes. That just cannot happen on your home floor, especially with a player of the caliber of Stephen Curry. It's just a rough one that cannot happen again. I think the Warriors will be fine, though.
Buccaneers offensive lineman Ali Marpet has announced his retirement at 28 years old. The Hobart College grad is coming off his first Pro Bowl season after 7 years in the NFL. Marpet retires from the league and leaves the Bucs in the same offseason as quarterback Tom Brady, and the two have officially won their last ring together. Marpet becomes the latest NFL player to retire at such a young age. Zach, what do you think yet another early retirement from the NFL says about the state of the sport?
I mean, football is a very dangerous sport. There's no sugarcoating it. There's a lot of health concerns, and I cannot say I'm surprised when seeing players retire at such an early age. I do think this puts the Bucs in a little bit of trouble, though. To lose your quarterback and one of your top linemen in a short span while having a number of unrestricted free agents and players that are trying to recover from injuries, the Bucs are in a tough spot now heading into next season. It's a lot of unanswered questions, and what looked like a team that would be challenging almost every single year looks like they might be in a lot of trouble at the start of this season.
Yeah, I mean, we thought it was going to be huge for the Bucs coming into this year, coming off that Super Bowl year, returning all 22 starters, and now in this offseason they're dealing with a massive hole in their offensive line. Oh yeah, and you got to go fill in the greatest quarterback ever. But I mean, Ali Marpet dealt with ankle injuries, knee injuries, and I mean, it just goes to speak volumes. You get in the NFL, you get your money up, you don't need the sport anymore.
We're going to take a quick break here on Stick to Sports. Up next, we take a look at the biggest stories in the NBA and check out more upsets from college basketball Saturday. Stay tuned on WTOP 10.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For the governor race with a strong lead, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is...
Barlow announced the completion of a large building mural in downtown Oswego.
The renovations on the Hewitt Union building, turning it into the new Hewitt Hall.
And as we move into tomorrow, that rain is going to be in our area.
Moving to the Diamond now, as Sweet Caroline got a lot sweeter last night.